Welcome to Cinema Bites, your go-to for movie recaps in a flash, big twists, epic moments, all in just minutes. The movie begins with a high school bus for girls, and the students were happy because they were going on a school trip. They took out their pillows and started playing with them, and feathers spread everywhere. Now we see a student on the bus named Mitsu. She was known for writing poetry and didn't play with the other girls. Suddenly, her friend started bothering her and took her notebook. Her pen fell to the floor, and as she bent down to pick it up, suddenly the bus split in half, and the upper part flew off. All the students were split in two, but Mitsu was unharmed because she had her head down. She stood up, shocked, not knowing what was happening. Every time the wind got stronger, she lowered her head to protect herself. The wind kept increasing. Even the power poles collapsed. Afterward, Mitsu got off the bus and kept running until she saw a group of students walking down the street. She called out to them and told them to get down, but they didn't understand her. Suddenly, she ran over, pushed a girl, and they both fell to the ground. The rest of the students were split in half. The girl got up, scared, and saw the students riding bicycles. She called out to them to get down, but suddenly the students were split in half, and the girl didn't make it in time and was also split. Then Mitsu entered the forest, kept running until she reached a lake, which was full of dead bodies. Mitsu found clean clothes, took them because hers were stained with blood, washed her face, and walked back to the street until she reached the school. There, she saw all the students, and she saw her friend named Aki, who was also on the bus. Aki asked Mitsu why her hair was wet. Mitsu was shocked, crying, and told Aki that she had lost her mind. Suddenly, a strong wind came, and Mitsu immediately sat on the ground, scared. The students were surprised by her behavior and told her it was just a normal wind. They took her inside the school, but the wind came back even stronger. Mitsu started running and entered the school, and Aki followed her, telling her nothing bad would happen and she needed to calm down. She took her to the classroom. Mitsu told her she had a bad dream that all the students on the bus died because of the wind. Mitsu looked out the window and saw the wind was very strong, and she started to get scared. Aki opened the window and told Mitsu to stretch out her hands to let go of her fear, saying the weather was nice today, so they should skip class and go on a picnic. Mitsu agreed, and she and Aki, along with their friends Taiko and Sora, decided to go to the lake. Before they left, the teacher stopped them and asked where they were going. Aki pulled Mitsu and ran, and Taiko and Sora followed, running until they reached the lake. Mitsu better and started laughing. Aki told the girls about Mitsu's dream, and they started laughing. But Sora said that it could be possible, and maybe Mitsu had entered a parallel world. Sora said she had read before that there are many parallel universes similar to ours. Taiko said that was impossible. Sora took a stone, threw it into the lake, and told the girls to focus on the waves in the water. Suddenly, a crocodile appeared and ate Taiko. At that moment, they returned to the normal world, and we realize what happened to Taiko happened in the parallel universe. Sora saw a pillow near the lake, took it, and started playing with it with the girls. Feathers spread everywhere. Mitsu started entering and returning from parallel worlds. After that, they returned to school and went to class. Mitsu saw a pillow on the ground, picked it up, and threw it to Aki. Suddenly, there was gunfire, and all the students died except for Mitsu. At that moment, the teacher was holding a gun and approached Mitsu, asking her how she dared to interrupt her class and was about to kill her. But at the last moment, Sora and Taiko arrived and took Mitsu and escaped. They hid in one of the classrooms. At that moment, another teacher entered, also holding a gun. Taiko stood up to confront her, but the teacher killed her immediately. Sora took Mitsu and ran, but before they could leave the classroom, the teacher shot Sora, and she fell to the ground. Sora told Mitsu not to let them reach her and defeat her, and that she had to defend herself. The teacher shot Sora and killed her. Mitsu immediately ran out with the remaining students, and the teachers kept shooting at the students. Mitsu was running but suddenly fell. At that moment, the strong wind returned, and the students were split in two. Mitsu immediately got up and saw the street completely empty. She kept running until she reached a street full of people and went to the police station, very scared. The policewoman tried to find out what happened to her, but Mitsu was shaking and couldn't say anything. The policewoman looked closely at Mitsu's face and said she recognized her, calling her Keiko and asking her what she was doing there, why she came, and why she was wearing a school uniform. Mitsu was surprised and looked at herself in the mirror, seeing a different face that looked nothing like hers. The policewoman took Mitsu to the car and told her the party was about to start and they needed to get there as soon as possible. She took her to the party venue, where there were many girls celebrating. Mitsu was shocked and didn't know what was happening. They entered the house and Mitsu saw Aki in front of her. Aki made Mitsu sit in front of the mirror and told her she needed to get ready before the groom arrived. Mitsu was shocked. Aki turned on the hairdryer to style her hair, but Mitsu got scared and immediately sat on the ground because she remembered what happened on the bus during the storm. The girls entered the room, bringing the wedding dress. Aki asked them to leave, called Mitsu by her real name, and told her not to be afraid and to do everything she asked. She told her she was now a mix between Mitsu and Keiko, and today was her wedding day. She would explain what happened later because the story was long. She told her to be careful because they were watching her. Afterward, Aki got Mitsu ready and dressed her in the wedding gown. The girls entered the room, and Aki told Mitsu to watch her. She grabbed one of the girls, broke her arm, and made her fall to the ground, then killed her, telling Mitsu this is how she should deal with them. Aki went to the rest of the girls and killed them, then gave Mitsu a broken bottle and told her to fight them with it. After that, they took Mitsu into the wedding hall, throwing flowers at her. Suddenly, the girls started acting strangely, and they pushed Mitsu. One of them opened the box in the hall and told Mitsu this was her husband. We discover that the groom was a strange creature, half human and half pig. Mitsu killed him with the bottle. And the girls, I became afraid of her, and they ran out of the hall immediately. And at that moment, Aki came and took Mitsu, and she told her that we have to escape. But before they left the hall, the teachers saw them in front of them. So a fight broke out between them. But Aki and Mitsu were able to defeat the teachers. So they left the hall immediately, and they kept running in the street. Aki stopped here and told Mitsu that someone is following us. You go, and I'll try to distract them. So Mitsu started running, and suddenly a girl came and started calling her by another name. So Mitsu saw a woman in the street and went and looked at herself and saw that her appearance had changed again. And then two girls came and told her, let's keep running. So Mitsu ran with them until she reached a street full of people, and they were cheering for her, and her friends pulled her along to keep running and win the race. But then Aki, Aser, and Tiko appeared, and they were running with her. At that moment, the teachers and the pig appeared and started running after them. So Sir told Mitsu, you have to escape from this world. And Mitsu took another path and kept running until she entered a strange place. At that moment, a girl appeared and took Mitsu inside. Then there was a group of students, their faces covered in a scary way. One of them told Mitsu, if you are still alive, you must die. She pulled out a knife and dragged Mitsu, started shouting at her and told her, remember, we are in a world where everyone is dying because of you. Suddenly Aki came and saved Mitsu from the girl who wanted to kill her. She took Mitsu and they kept running. Then they stopped. Aki told Mitsu, repeat after me and say my name is Mitsu. And Mitsu remembered the disaster that happened on the bus, and she started repeating after Aki until she returned to her normal form. At that moment, Aki showed her hands to Mitsu, and there was a rope tied around them. She told her to pull the rope and tear my hands, but Mitsu refused to do this, so Aki slapped her and told her, this world that we are in is just an illusion, and someone forced us to enter it, all of us. And you are the only one who can stop this, because you are the main character in this world. And this is the only way for us to escape this place. So you must pull these ropes to create an exit. So Mitsu was forced to do it, and she pulled the ropes. And here Aki started screaming from the pain, and as she kept pulling the ropes to create an exit, Mitsu was forced to do it, and she pulled the ropes. And here Aki started screaming from the pain. Suddenly electricity formed in her body and she split in half. Mitsu saw a door in front of her with a strong light coming from it. She went and entered, and the door took her to a restaurant. At that moment, Mitsu was walking, but no one could see her until she entered one of the doors, and she saw a hall full of men, and her picture was hanging by the door, her and the characters she had turned into. So Mitsu read the words written on the board and realized this was the slogan of the 3D game. At that moment, a man came and approached Mitsu and asked her, do you still remember me? Mitsu was silent, and the man told her, you are now in the future. When Mitsu heard that, she fainted immediately. Then she woke up and found herself in a strange place. The students were all standing against the wall, as if they were dolls. She kept walking until she reached an old woman. The woman was sitting in front of a screen, playing a 3D game, and we realized that what happened to Mitsu was all just a game. And the old woman told Mitsu that, you died many years ago and you were used for video games. A glass box, or everything we're talking about here is what will happen in the future. Mitsu and her friends were frozen inside it, as if they were blood, and Mitsu started screaming and asked her to let them out. But the old woman refused, and here Mitsu got angry and took the stick from the old woman's hand and stabbed herself with it. The old woman started screaming because she would no longer be able to use Mitsu's character for the games, and at the same moment that Mitsu died, all the characters who had been transformed into her died as well. In this case, Mitsu returned to the normal universe, returned to the present, and to her normal life. She was able to get rid of the old woman who had used her in the future for video games. She woke up from the nightmare and lived her life happily and without pain. And here is the end of the movie. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification button so you never miss an updates. See you in the